Hi there, this is Pray Love, and today I'm going to talk about Aquolina Pink Sugar. The reason I wanted to talk about this one in particular is actually because I've been giving it a bit of wearing in recent times, in between the Dolce Gabbana Key, which is still very high. I have still high regards for that one, but sometimes it's fun to just get another one. I've tried it twice. Once it was only, I think it was the body lotion, which is really fragrant and it smells like this. And once I just decided to wear this during the day. Um, and every time I smelled like pig sugar, I actually got compliments out of it. Which brings me to the topic. This one is even for women. It's like young women that would wear that, uh, like early 20s. In the 2000s, it's not even popular nowadays, and people don't wear it that much, but it's still so very nice. This is a fragrance that is like built to be very sexy because it's vanilla centric and very sweet and yes, very it's pink sugar, so it's kind of strawberry, sugary, vanilla, kind of like a vanilla shortcake, but that's ultra sweet. And it's kind of fresh yet warm, designerish, but it's truly like really well built. And both time I had compliments, and it wasn't like from people that you would expect, being appealed by this kind of cross gender thing. Even though I hate like to bring up like cross gender thing, it's just not very natural for me. Wear everything you want. That's what I always say. But I wanted to wear that, and the first person was a friend of my mother, and she complimented me on how I smelled, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." I actually don't wear fragrance right now. It's a body lotion, but it's very fragrant. Um, I think she recalled her daughter wearing something similar, which is true. I can totally see that it might have been true, but she said that it really was really nice on a guy, and she's like from another, it's like another generation, so it's interesting to see that people at that generation could have the openness to admit, oh yes, this was like a staple like for women or whatever, but it still like does it well on a guy. It still smells good, it's like a bottom line. And the other time I was wearing the fragrance for real, and it's like it projects a lot and it lasts a long time. That is like one of the more like yeah, like uh, female fragrance that you could say that like actually has the best projection and longevity. It's like a party girl fragrance of the time, so it lasts a long time and it projects a lot, and it's super sweet. So I'm wearing that, and I'm like like one of my friends with me is like, I'm not sure about that one, and I'm just ignoring because I'm like, no man, I'm rocking this thing. It's so good. And there was a girl about my age that we've seen in the park, and she had told me like, "Oh, you smell awfully good. What is it?" And I'm like, it's Aquolina Pink Sugar. I didn't really know the girl, but she was like, "Oh, it reminds me of something. Maybe my friends like maybe my friends back in the days, 5 years ago, or like used to wear that, and it was already like a bit out of fashion. And I was like, oh yeah, well, I like it. I like the 2000s. I'm a fan of Britney Spears and stuff, like 90s, 2000s. And she was like, oh, but it smells really good. And she actually told me it smells even hotter on you than it did on the girls back then. And I can't really agree, but it was a kind of a huge compliment. I was like, but it must smell super hot on even someone like you. And she was like, I think it's even better on a man. And I can kind of understand that there's some slight woods note in there that you just really absolutely don't spot when you just smell it. But on me, it kind of projects more those notes too. So has like a masculine pine wood kind of vibe also, and keeping like the super sweetness and the shortcake style. But even like in any case, it is true that this is just inspiring. It's very, it's very sexy. It's very nice. It makes everyone look more party and bubbly and everything. I really like it. Um, you know, I try to be as much of a simple person as I can and just let loose of any preconceived idea. It's impossible to do so, but like this is, for me, this is a simple person's fragrance. Not meaning someone who is stupid, but someone who just is really honest with himself and just wants to feel good. It doesn't cost much. It's very obviously very sexy. It's meant to be like bubbly and I don't know, but it kind of has that branding, but it's with the time also. It's really something that you would wear because you just like to smell like that, and you really don't care if you're like a motorcyclist with a huge beard and something. You're like, oh, I don't care. I really like that smell, so I'm gonna put some on. And you're just really honest, plain, honest, simple with yourself. Whereas someone who's like, yes, I need to wear the most intricate and complicated fragrance as a signature scent because I need to have an identity. This one will give you an identity because it's very rare that actually even women wear that nowadays. It's not like it has grown out of fashion for like a decade or so. So this one is pretty original for anyone out there. It has been kind of copied, and there is kind of a lot of fragrances out there that imitates Big Sugar, but this one is like the king in its realm. I remember when I showed it to my roommate Sabina, she was like, it smells like the most amazing thing on earth, and she was like completely addicted to the smell. She would spy if I got it near and just smell it and put some on, and she would really love it. And Sabina is someone who's really like simple and honest, like very honest with herself. So I mean, it's the kind of fragrance that if you don't like it, it doesn't mean you're not honest with yourself. It's just that you don't like the fragrance. But if you like it and you're like, I don't care about what it seems to represent and stuff, I'm just wearing that because it smells awfully good, then you're on the ride with me because this smells awfully good, and I really like to wear Aquolina Pink Sugar. The atomizer is good, if I recall. Yeah, it's pretty like standard atomizer. That's very, very nice, and it's, yes, it smells like strawberry shortcake, super sweet vanilla. The vanilla gives off that really sexier vibe, and the shortcake gives that candid, um, bubbly vibe that like I really like because it's like simple yet aware of its own like sensuality and corporeal being. You know, I like this connection with your body. This one is one of them because it's very sexy. It's like you get connected, you get more grounded. So I would recommend that, and it's a message to guys out there. Don't be scared by like very girly fragrances. Sometimes they just turn out to be the ones that fit you the most. Like it's sometimes it does happen. It's like it's rare that I get actual compliments from people in general from fragrances, and this one has got me the last two times I was wearing it. And the last time I was wearing it was like yesterday. I didn't see anyone. I was just in my home. So I mean, it's kind of like it has this signal that perhaps people really like this on me, and I like it a lot. And for me, it doesn't change anything, but it's something that I wanted to tell that it it might be like you don't need to get self-conscious about fragrances too much. Sometimes it's good to just think it through and be like, yeah, maybe the people around me seem to think that it's really not working, whatever, but don't take it too much. Don't overtake the fragrances you wear, and don't don't hesitate in trying fragrances like that are like super like hyper girly and bubbly. Sometimes it just works, and it's just very sexy, and people will like it too, and you will like it too, and you will spread love. Spray love. Bye bye.